All right, this is the National Weather Service in Jackson with our briefing for August 7th, 2017. The main highlights for the period now through this week is rainfall. We're looking at locally torrential rainfall anticipated throughout this week, but especially now through the midweek period. Right now we've got a whole big cluster of showers and storms developing out well west of the Mississippi River that's going to be coming through our region throughout the course of the day with concentrated rainfall near a frontal boundary dropping towards the Highway 82 corridor. Flash flooding will be a concern. In fact, probably within the next couple of hours, we might be issuing a flash flood watch that covers at least maybe northern portions of the area into this evening. And thunderstorms are expected throughout this week, but generally the severe weather risk will be very low compared to the much higher threat we're going to see from torrential rainfall as atmospheric moisture remains very high. Temperatures, of course, will be held down at least a little bit below normal, and some days a lot below normal by the clouds and rain, but conditions will be very humid. So the heavy rain risk, it's really concentrated now through at least Wednesday, possibly into Thursday. There's some potential we could get a bit of a respite in the really concentrated rainfall as we go into late this week and into this weekend, but there's uncertainty with regard to that right now. This graphic may be updated in the very near future to reflect higher threats of rainfall where we put flash flood watches out, and this may be needed intermittently throughout the next day or two. So the weather situation we're looking at is right now we have a slow moving cold front that's dropping south towards the Highway 82 corridor that's going to really help to concentrate rainfall up there today, although there's going to be a lot of showers and thunderstorms elsewhere. As we go into tomorrow, this front will be kind of near the I-20 corridor, and by the end of the day should be stalling. The heaviest and most consistent showers and storms will be focused right along that front, but there'll be plenty of activity elsewhere across the region as well. And on Wednesday, that front will basically be stalled, and you can guess there'll be more concentrated showers and storms, especially right around the frontal boundary. By the time we get to later this week, that frontal boundary will probably lift back a little bit north, and maybe that's where we can get a bit of a respite, but we still expect at least scattered showers and storms around later this week into this weekend. The 7-day precipitation expectations are for, in widespread fashion, multiple inches of rain across the region. Areas 4 to 5 inches. Totals should be concentrated kind of near the I-20 corridor across the central portion of our region. Locally, higher amounts are definitely anticipated within this whole area. You can see the forecast of 1 to 3 day precipitation shows really high totals of multiple inches near that maximum of the 7-day total. I'm showing this to kind of point out that the lion's share of that heavy precip is probably going to happen in the next 3 days, although there's still going to be a lot of rain around after that time. One thing we don't have to worry about, fortunately, as we near the peak or get somewhat closer to the peak of the hurricane season, there are a few tropical systems out there. Tropical storm Franklin is near the Yucatan Peninsula, but that's going to be headed into the Bay of Campeche and will remain well south of us. There's another disturbance well out in the central Atlantic that the Hurricane Center is monitoring closely, but that is not expected to affect us anytime in the future. So that's all I got. We may do another briefing later this week if the flash flood threat really starts ramping up considerably.